Hello, I'm Stan Stoliker, and we're at the sort of getting to the end of the Bermuda Innovation Sprint here in beautiful kind of nighttime Bermuda. Joining me after a very full day today is Ted Pendleton, who's the Senior Vice President of Business Development at AlphaPoint, and you're responsible really for creating partnerships across the ecosystem, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
So, first of all, what is AlphaPoint? Tell us what that is.
Right, so AlphaPoint is a software company. We've been involved in this market for the last 5 years, plus 5 years. We've grown tremendously in the last 2 years. The real growth has come then. And so we're now about 135 people. We have over 100 customers in 36 countries around the world, and we're serving both the primary markets and the secondary markets for new issuances of new digital assets, as well as those that are traded on our public exchanges. So we white label our exchange to others.
Right. So how many digital assets are you guys touching now in this kind of fabric and ecosystem?
I'd say all in all, if we counted every single one, probably over 100 at the moment. And more we're seeing a growth in the securities market, so the STOs and others. And that's part of our mission, is to make not just the current native crypto market grow, but also open up that $11 trillion market in those traditional assets like real estate and infrastructure and even luxury goods.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much potential around all of this. One of the things that has come out of the Liquidity Summit today, and I know you were speaking there, was this idea that tokenized assets are the next big thing. How are you guys approaching this idea? Because it's now moved beyond like the majors of Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple. There's a whole new horizon out there. What does that look like?
Well, I mean, if we want to be really successful, we want our customers to be successful, because without them, we're nothing. We have to build the ecosystem around all the things they need. So what are those things? And typically they're liquidity, there are things like custody that are more enterprise-oriented, more capital markets-oriented, and regulatory-oriented. So part of my job is to actually build a network filled with market makers and liquidity providers and capital and other things that people need as they begin to digitize these assets. And obviously some of the biggest things right now that we're facing are custody. And it's good to see that people like Fidelity are coming into the market to be real strong capital markets custody agents. Mm-hmm. There are those that exist today that we use with our customers, but part of what we're doing is building that ecosystem around all those requirements.
And this ecosystem, it's a lot of it's new, right? So you need different things in crypto than you needed in the old world. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to build partnerships for in terms of these technologies?
You know, it's funny, there are some things different about it, but I'm not sure the model is all that different because you still need KYC and you need anti-money laundering, and we've been asked for trade surveillance capabilities, which we have now. We've been asked for custody, we've been asked for banking integrations, movement of capital and payment networks. All of that we've built into our ecosystem of partners. So if you come on board, you have access to all those things. So to me, it looks a lot more and more every day, particularly with regulation the way it is, like the traditional markets, from the standpoint of what people need.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that you guys have a unique situation here, which is kind of a network advantage, right? Because you got about it a very different way than everybody else. And so you've actually built, you said, we're going to be a service provider, we're going to build technology, and then we're going to embed it in all these other different places, which makes you kind of nodal.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you finding network effects?
We are, because there's not just the ability to have all these plugins that allow each one of them to be successful, but because the data is now aggregated and we can see market data and movements in markets, we can supply the market with new ideas around data and analytics around what's happening. So that's also very traditional in capital markets, but in this market, it doesn't exist today.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, because you look at, there are some big winners in the exchange markets, and now there's a long tail of the exchange boom, which is maybe going to, I think, fizzle a little bit because it's getting harder to make money on exchanges. So you need to be plugged into the best-in-class technologies to be able to succeed. Like, you can't just go start an exchange today on your own and have it be isolated, because you'll never be able to compete.
You need the marketplaces in front of you. You also need, though, things like decision-making tools for your customers, because they're more sophisticated now.
Yeah.
We have more
and they
and more.
can sign up anywhere, right? So I can go here or there.
36 countries right now we have operating, our customers do.
Wow.
And so they need a decision-making tool, so that's why we have now released indexes. So we are actually beginning to provide tools around benchmarks that people can make decisions on.
One of the things that has come up during the innovation sprint, not necessarily the last couple of days in liquidity, but what is this idea of a $1 trillion day. So I think insiders are waiting for a $1 trillion day in crypto, where basically that means $1 trillion gets traded in a single day.
Yep.
Do you think that's possible? Do you think it's on the horizon? Do you think it's going to be a while?
I'm a newbie, so I've been here for 2.5 years, and in the
That's like
industry.
you're like that in crypto terms, you're like been here forever.
But I think, look, I come out of capital markets, so I was in the traditional markets, even though they were it was OTC market, very entrepreneurial, and yet I think what I'm beginning to believe is that the regulators are moving in the direction that people want. So as soon as those places like Bermuda, who have really been progressive about really pushing regulation in the right direction, the cork will come out of the bottle.
Yeah, and then it's just going to go.
I do believe that, yes.
Yeah.
Now, you pick your asset class, and it's always been true in the markets that you pick those things that you think will make you money, and you have to make the best decisions. Hopefully your advisor's helping you as you move forward, but the answer is, whether it's Bitcoin, which is a stable, or Ether, or it's tokenized real estate investment fund,
Yeah, Ultra Origin.
Ultra Origin, all these things are things of great value. And so managing your own portfolio is that will tell us what really survives.
Yeah.
It's what do people want to invest in?
Yeah, yeah, and that's no different than the real world, the traditional
This
markets.
is it. This is what I keep getting back to. And I'm not a traditionalist that way. I like to be innovative and do new things, but it's funny how we all want to do the same things. We have the same goals.
The Tao says we are all one, right? So
I think we all want more. We want to make more money. We want to feel more stable. We want more free time, right? We want to get some of the rewards out of the system that other people, only the top echelon, has ever gotten.
yeah, and that's the exciting thing about the system. Listen, Ted, thank you so much. It's been great having AlphaPoint down here. AlphaPoint is a partner with Ultra Exchange, and you guys are partnered with a lot of exchanges around the world. So running the core, this is the circulatory system of crypto right here.
It is.
Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stan Stolniker with Hub Culture. You can find more great interviews and content on hublive.tv, and check out bermudasprint.com to find out when the next sprint is going to happen.